Hey everyone, welcome to Kiki and Kibitz. It's Mary, and I'm here with Independence Day edition of 90 Day Oy Vey, the home of Kibitz and Yenses. And if you don't know what that means, gossip and nosy bodies. So let's go. So first of all, guys, I'm going to set off this week's edition, this Independence Day edition of Oy Vey with some very serious news. Now, I'm sure you guys have seen this floating around on the interwebs. Paul, as in Paul and Carini, their son, Pierre, has been reported missing. And this is not fake news, guys. I'm sure you may or may not have seen stuff on the interwebs, and it's very confusing. So I'm going to try to break it down as simple as I can. Pierre has been reported missing, and he is listed on the National Center of Missing and Exploited Children website. This is not a hoax. This is not fake news. Apparently, Pierre and his younger brother Ethan have been taken away from Paul and Carini. The family courts have deemed them unsuitable parents and are putting them, I believe, in emergency foster care. There has been reports out there that they are being put up for adoption, but I believe they are being put in emergency foster care. And Paul, right now, from the reports that I've read and for what I've seen, has Pierre, and he is supposed to be in the custody of social services. So there has been a missing person report put out there for Pierre as of June 8th. You can see it right here on the screen. And Missing People in America put up a Facebook post, which they had to shut down comments on because they were overwhelmed and overloaded by 90 Day Fiance fans, bloggers, etc., commenting on the post. So they shut it down. They shut the comments off on the post. But this is not fake news. Pierre is reported missing according to law authorities. Law authorities consider Pierre missing at this time, that he's supposed to be in the custody of social services. And apparently was last seen with Paul. So this is Kiki and Kibitz's official message to Paul, and I'm sure he is not listening to me, but just in case he is, Paul, it is not up to you to determine where your children should be. I know you want them to be with your parents. The court has determined your parents are too old. Unfortunately, they disqualified them due to age. It is not up to you to determine where your children should be. The court has determined Pierre should be in the custody of social services. Paul, return your child to social services now. Stop deflecting, stop blaming, turn your child over now. And that is all I have to say to Paul. Paul went to his Instagram story, as you could see, trying to explain his reasoning. And Carini, who nobody understands what she's doing, released a statement in Portuguese, and here is the English translation. As a mother, I'm furious about this whole situation, and my thoughts are with the children, because apparently the parents are so fucked up in this situation, they don't have their fucking heads on straight, and the children are suffering. Paul, I know where my son is. I have legal custody of my son. I know where my son is at the moment. Return your child to the proper authorities. This is not a misunderstanding. Moving on to other news in the 90 Day Fiance universe before I get myself into trouble. Tom Brooks. Now, I know we are all not fans of him. Honestly, he's an asshole on TV. He was a big asshole to Darcy. We could all say that. But when it comes down to it, Tom Brooks is a human, just like all of us. He has feelings, emotions, and a heart. And what we see on TV is a small snippet of what Tom Brooks as a human being goes through on a daily basis. I'm not a Tom Brooks fan, guys. You know that. But when I saw this on Tom's Instagram story, and I'm speaking from a human perspective, this took my breath away. So basically, Tom was explaining how he was suicidal and his beloved, I assume Mariah, begged him not to do it. And just reading this, if this doesn't take your breath away, then you have a stone for a heart, because it's just human. It's just human feelings and emotions. And here he's explaining that no matter where he was, he could be in the most beautiful environment, Paris, Italy, Spain, he was still feeling like he was spewing the same sour air of depression, helplessness, and worthlessness. And he explains that sometimes it's so hard when you're depressed that it turns into a physical thing, that you can't even talk. You can't even open up your mouth because you're afraid you're going to cry. And that's something that I experience. So I understand where Tom is coming from when he explains this. And yes, he's not defective. He's just human like the rest of us. So here is the suicide prevention lifeline. Thank you to Alyssa, one of our followers, who posted it up there in her story. It's okay not to be okay, guys. And I'm just putting it up there in case anyone needs, needs to reach out. Tom put this up in his story the next day. If I tell you about my past, it's never because I want you to feel sorry for me, but it's so you could understand why I am who I am. And I totally get that, Tom. And it's all love from here, Tom. All love. I'm moving on. Anfisa did a question and answer session, and cat is her favorite animal. She's going to Mexico soon. And both the OC and San Diego has their pros and cons, and she can't decide between either one. Happy birthday to Kalani. Kalini wishes her sister and favorite co-worker happy birthday. And what I found very interesting in the comments, we don't see Asuelu wishing his wife a happy birthday. What was Asuelu doing on Kalani's birthday? He was having a drink. And if you look on his page, there is no happy birthday to Kalani. Very interesting. Then on Asuelu's Instagram page, the latest post is this TikTok video. And I try to screenshot it the best I can. Basically, what he's doing is making a heart with his hands. Then he breaks the heart open and then flips us off. And this is the answer to the question. Anyone else only here to figure out if they are together? And they, meaning Kalani and Asuelu. And I guess he's half answering the question here. And Kalani says, fuck all this shit. Fuck all this drama. Fuck all this noise. I'm going to take a bubble bath in the bath that my man drew for me. So you go, Kalani, with your bad self. And it wouldn't be an edition of 90 Day Oy Vey without a thirsty as fuck picture of Hamza. Hamza's getting a haircut, guys. And he had to show everyone on his IG story. But then he covers the haircut with a White Sox hat. What sense does that make? So we have Odin spending a daddy time with his daddy Sherlon, and the bro boys hanging out with their dad Alexi. Adam, the translator, and his beautiful daughter, Adam, the translator, to this day has been one of my favorite subjects to interview of all time. If you guys haven't checked out our interview with Adam, the translator, please do. It's on our channel. And then we have Kelly hanging out with Molly's daughter. So look at you, Kelly. I love this picture. I really do. Congratulations, Royal. We're all proud of you. And don't we just love these pictures of Chantel and Winter? I think Winter looks fantastic. And Nicole posts a throwback of her dress from the pageant and her kitty cat. Good to see something else besides filters and boobs from Nicole. And Amber from Love in Paradise, she's in South Dakota. Wonder if she was visiting Jabri and Miona. And speaking of Jabri and Miona, Space Cash, my dude, Space Cash. So he posted a story where he, had a picture of a piano keyboard. That's what it was. And it said, what do you guys think of when you see this picture? And here we go. Melissa, our follower, was shouted out by Space Cash because she was on the same page with someone else. She saw Poker Face Lady Gaga. I just thought this was funny, so I threw it in there. Space Cash is totally my dudes. Shout out to Space Cash. We have Mohammed and Eve enjoying a beautiful day out fishing. And we have David saying, regenerate your energy. And I'm assuming it's at the beach because then the next post after this was his IG story. And he looked, dead here in the middle picture. And he looks real happy on the beach. So I guess he regenerates his energy at the beach. I'm all for it. And Amira, remember Amira, guys? Amira went shopping and she's blaming the cat. And Yazan, it's been officially a year since he's been legally married to Lena. So congratulations to Yazan and Lena. Thais and Patrick went to a UFC fight for a date night. And we have Thais taking a selfie of herself at the fight. Thais, all love here, but lay off the filters, girl. And then we have Thais talking about how she takes care of her hair. She does have beautiful hair. Got to give it to her. Love her hair. And Eve talking about her glow up the nature's way. She doesn't need makeup. She only needs sunshine, girl. Now, in Brianna and I's last edition of 90 Day Say What, and if you guys haven't checked it out, you should. We asked if there was any fans of Emily. And literally, no one raised their hands. But if you happen to be a fan of Emily, there is a Facebook group for you. But just be careful. Emily is the admin. Thank you to Uncensored 90 Day on Instagram for finding this. If you don't follow them, you should. So there's a Facebook group for fans of Emily and Kobe, mainly Emily, and she's an admin. So, hey, go check it out. Then we have Zara, who doesn't post herself enough, Colt's ex Jessica, and Annie. Natalie is back to cooking on her YouTube channel. And yeah, I'm just going to leave that there. And Anfisa is feeding her kitty cat peanut butter. I would rather watch Anfisa feed her cat peanut butter than watch Natalie cook. That's all I'm going to say about that. And while Natalie's cooking on YouTube, Mike is holding up his camera wrong at a baseball game. So we have Mike hanging out with his friends at a baseball game. And we have Tim and his brother going to the Def Leppard, going to the Motley Crue concert and waiting to meet backstage. So that must have been pretty cool. You guys have been wondering what has been happening with Mike Burke, Mike and Jimena. Well, He's hanging out with friends and family like all of us are during this Independence Day weekend, and his car is fresh and clean. And we have Mela at the Brad Paisley concert. And I'm getting nostalgic for Elijah. Not Alina, but Elijah. So we have Sinjin in his surfer dude pose on the beach, Stacy posing in her car, and Ariana from Love in Paradise posing in her car. And I'm going to close out this edition of a 90-day Oy Vey Independence Weekend Edition with a motivational quote from the lovely Miss Shawn Robinson. Sleep well, God is in control, angels have been assigned to your case, your miracle is coming, don't worry, don't give up. And one final message to Paul. Paul, turn your kids into the authority. Turn Pierre over to the proper authorities. You are not in charge of what happens now. Thank you everyone for watching and listening. If you don't subscribe, please do so. Please catch Brianna and I in 90 Days Say What on Monday nights at 10 Eastern time, 7 p.m. West Coast time. And if all of this reality TV stuff has gotten you all riled up and you need to relax, head over to Brianna's Nirvana. She has relaxation, meditation, hypnosis, and sleep stories to help put you to sleep if you're an insomniac like I am. Thank you so much for watching me. Thank you for your support as always. Brianna and I love you guys very much. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, drop me a comment, and have a great rest of your weekend, day, week, whenever you're watching me. Bye.